I was once given a kid to keep in China. Kinda. Yo, what's up, lovely human beings? How you feeling today? How you on that scale from 1 to 100? Are you chilling in the 100s? I really hope you're chilling in that 100 wherever you happen to be. My name is Zohab Zee Khan. I am here in lovely lockdown London town, and today I thought I would share one of my favorite stories with you about the time that I kinda, sorta, maybe kidnapped a kid. Okay, I didn't actually kidnap a kid and take him away from China or anything like that. Total accident. It was my first proper international tour, right? The year was 2015. I had just been crowned the Australian Poetry Slam champion. I was feeling pretty good about myself. National champion. Multi-city tour overseas in China. I think I was doing four cities. Beijing, Suzhou, Chengdu, Ningbo, Shanghai. 5 cities. I was getting picked up in fancy Cadillacs and I was like, oh snap, I've made it. I get to Beijing, that's my first stop. And I do my performance at the festival, at the Bookworm Literary Festival. They put me up in a really cool hotel. The blinds would like go up and down in this fancy hotel room by pressing a button. For me, that was a big deal, man. I'm just a kid from Wagga Wagga, you know what I mean? I'm just a kid from Yenda, New South Wales, you know what I mean? The bath was made out of wood. I found these old Snapchats.
This is the future. Ladies and gentlemen, I have seen the future. And it is in China. Got a wood.
See,
wooden bathtub. Wood.
Baths made out of wood, man. That's a big deal for me. I had a bubble bath, feeling good about life. Yeah. So I did a bunch of performances in Beijing. I asked the hotel. They gave me a bicycle. They gave me a map of Beijing. I was like, yo, I'm gonna go explore. I wasn't really sure what I was looking for. I knew I wanted to go to the old city and that kind of stuff. But then I found the Beijing Bell and Drum Towers. And the Beijing Bell and Drum Towers, found them completely by accident. And they're beautiful buildings. There's one building on one side, which is the Drum Tower. And there's another building on the other side, which is the Bell Tower. That's why they call it the Beijing Bell and Drum Tower. So I rock up to the Bell Tower. It costs like 15 yuan to go up the tower. I'm like, all right, let me give you the money. Give him the money. I start climbing up these stairs, and these stairs are like whoosh, super steep. I'm talking about super steep. And this building was built in 1272 by Kublai Khan, my great grandfather Khan, in it proper. Maybe, I don't know. These steps seem a little bit fragile and they're really steep with not that much place for your shoes, right? For my feet. And I got big feet because I'm a tall dude. So I'm climbing these stairs, puffing out a little bit. Turns out I had bronchitis because of all the pollution and didn't know it. And I'm like, man, the top of this bell tower better be worth it, yeah? I'm pumping up on a boom. So I get to the top of the bell tower and check it out, and it's actually a pretty incredible view. You can see the street down below, you can see the hutongs on one side, you can see in the distance the old city, you can see, like, you know, the new parts of China and the new parts of Beijing all the way in the distance. It was a really beautiful place to hang out. Make a few Snapchats.
I am in China. This is the view of China.
Everywhere that I went to in China, people would like take pictures of me because I'm really tall. Everywhere I went in China, all I heard was the word gao. And gao turns out means tall. You can't notice right now, but I'm just short of 2 meters. I'm 198 centimeters tall, 6'6". So everywhere I went, they're like, gao. I had a curly mustache at the time. Here's a picture of me with a curly mustache. So I'm going down these steps and I'm Snapchatting while I'm going down these steps and I'm feeling good, right? Life is nice, it's swell, I'm having a really cool day and I'm singing a little bit of a song.
Step, walking down the step.
And right there, that's when the video ends because there's this little kid and his mum with him. And the little kid is kind of crying a little bit and he's a little bit upset because he doesn't want to walk down these steps. Turns out the kid is really scared of walking down these steps. And I look down and it's kind of really steep, right? This bell tower is from 1272 and the steps are like well steep. It's like a little bit fragile, and this poor little boy has got his head down like, I don't want to go. That's when the video stops, and then the mum stops me and says like, excuse me, she doesn't speak very much English. Fair enough, she lives in China. There's very little use for English in China. And she stops me and she's like, yo, can you help my son? I was like, yes, lady, I can help your son. How do you want me to help your son? Lady's like, my son's scared. Can't go down the stairs. You reckon you can help? I was like, yes, lady, absolutely I can. I'm big and strong. Let me chuck him on my shoulders. We'll go down these stairs in no time. And she's like, don't do that, please. And I'm like, all right. I won't do that. It would be quicker. I'm just saying. I go hang out with this little kid. I think he's like 6, 7 years old. Kid does not speak a word of English. Zilch. Which is fair enough because the kid lives in China. I barely speak any Chinese except for Wu Hen Gao Hen Shui and Ni Shi Shung Mao Ma. So obviously I can't speak to this kid in English or Urdu or Punjabi, and saying Wu Hen Gao Hen Shui, he's not really into it. By the way, Wu Hen Gao Hen Shui means I am tall and good looking. He's really not into me continually asking him, Ni Shi Shung Mao Ma. Ni Shi Shung Mao Ma means, are you a panda? So there was only so many times I could ask the kid whether or not he was a panda. And he's like, yo man, stop asking me if I'm a panda. And I noticed something about him. His head was down because he was looking down the stairs, right? And he was like, oh my God, there's so many stairs. And that's fair enough. He was looking at all the things that were in front of him, and it looked daunting, it looked scary, and it looked like it was really, really hard to do, and it looked a little bit dangerous as well. And for this kid, walking down these stairs was the equivalent of walking into the jungle, or walking into the lion's den, or going skydiving, or bungee jumping, or whatever. And here's this big, tall Wu Hen Gao dude who's like, you know, walking down the steps. Like going real fast, because for me, steps are easy. For this kid, it was like, man, this is some scary stuff, right? It's all about perspective. So he put his chin up, shoulders back, and like opened up his body language a little bit. Breathed in through our nose. And I started doing all these confidence exercises with him. Confidence exercises and positive body language, that stuff is universal. I get him moving his arms around and stuff like, that's one of my favorites. I'll do a whole video about some of my favorite body language techniques another time. That's another video. If you do want to see those other videos, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification. His mom's just like loving this. She's like, wow, I asked the right dude, huh? Shall we do this? Puts his hand out. I'm like, all right, I can hold your hand. Grab his hand, and we start walking down the steps. And while we walk down the steps, I beatbox with him. I'm just giving him like just a basic like, and that's a technique that I use quite often. Of when something is daunting for you, when something is a little bit like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to do this. It's really, really scary, or seems a little bit too much. Take the pressure off. Remind yourself that you're a human being. Remind yourself that there's so much amazing, brilliant things in the entire universe, world thingamabob that we live in, and make it a little bit chiller. I do that by dancing sometimes, as you've seen with my boogies. I do that by listening to music, but I also do that by just having a beatbox and like beatboxing in places you don't expect beatboxing to beatbox box. So we're walking, I'm beatboxing, I'm having a look to make sure his mum's okay, his mum's okay. I've got the kid's hand in my hand, we're chilling. It's like, my throat's kind of getting sore. Turns out I had bronchitis. My throat's kind of getting a little bit sore. And then I slip. And I'm holding this kid's hand, and this kid goes, freaks out. And he has this moment, his face changes from happy to like really concerned. And he looks at his mum like, Mum, what are you doing? Who is this stranger that you've given me to? Lets go of my hand and just sits on the steps ready to bawl his eyes out. I was like, it's okay, little man, it's okay, let's get our chin up a little bit. Nah, didn't work. I was like, all right, let's move our arms around. It's like, nah, didn't work. I was like, all right, let's stand up, put our legs apart, stand in a power stance. It's like, nah, didn't work. He wasn't into it. He's like, nah. Stranger danger. I ain't got time for your beatboxing and making me slip and kind of stuff. No. At this stage, I'm like, man, this kid is going to sleep here. There's no way he's going to come down these stairs. Mum said that she doesn't want me chucking him over my shoulders. I didn't really know what to do. So we did one last thing. And that one last thing that I did to get him down the stairs was like, all right, chin up. Let's look behind you. And he turned around and he looked behind him and realized how far he had come. He had come a long, long way, and we had just beatboxed that all the way down. And after that, he like stepped up a little bit. I was like, all right, I got this. Grabs my hand. We start walking. He stops and he goes, I was like, oh yeah, I got a beatbox, huh? And then we make it all the way to the bottom. There's about 10 steps left, and he just stops, lets go of my hand, and walks down those last 10 steps with the most swagger you will ever see in your entire life. This kid was just like, yeah, I got this. I was like, bro, where was that swagger before, huh? We made it down to the bottom of the steps, and then his mum took a picture of him and I. You need to just change your body language. Sometimes you just need to put things into context. Sometimes you need to make things not seem as serious or as scary or as daunting as they are. And halfway, if you happen to fall, you stop, breathe, chill, and look back quickly and realize how far you've come. I've done that so many times in my life where I'm a little bit down on myself. I'm like, man, oh, I'm not good enough for this, or man, whatever it happens to be. You stop, you reflect, and realize how far you've come. Realize all those cool things that you've done in your past that have gotten you to this point so that you can have these struggles and you can have these trials and you can have these situations that might seem a little bit difficult. And that's what that kid did. That kid had a moment where he looked back and said, oh yeah, snap, I've done all of those stairs, you know what I mean? We did all of those stairs, there's no reason why we can't keep going and do some more stairs, you know what I mean? His mom's really, really proud of him, obviously. Says, thank you, share to me. I was like, it's all good, you fine. And she's like, oh, do you want him? And I'm like, huh? No, lady, I don't want your son. She's like, no, you're really good. You'd make a very good dad. You should take him. And I wasn't sure if she was joking or not. And then she started walking away, and this kid was like, ah, Mom, what are you doing? What are you doing, Mom? Obviously, she was joking. Obviously, I wasn't kidnapping this kid or taking this kid, even if she wanted to give him to me. And we said bye. I jumped back on my bicycle and roamed around beautiful, beautiful Beijing. I thought about that moment with that kid for a long, long time. Because for him, that was a really big deal. I'm not sure whether or not he'll remember me or not, and that's not really the point of it, right? But for that kid, walking down those steps was extremely daunting. It was something that he found scary, but he overcame it. So my question for you today is, have you ever had to do that? Have you ever had to stop, reflect, and have a look at how far you've come to this point? Write down 3 things on a piece of paper that are similar to a challenge that you're facing right now. Something that you're not really sure how to achieve. Something that seems a little bit daunting or a little bit scary, or maybe something that is easy, but you just can't get motivated because you're procrastinating a little bit too much. Whatever it happens to be, think of at least 3 different things, or write 3 things on a piece of paper that have been similar that you've achieved to it. And then when you've done that, think about how you achieved those things. Maybe talk to a friend about it, talk to a sibling about it, talk to your parents about it, talk to yourself about it, maybe even brain dump about it. And then try to do one tiny thing today to try to achieve that thing that you've been trying to do, yeah? That thing that you've been finding a little bit daunting, even if it is walking down the rest of those steps. I really hope you're not watching this video at the Beijing bell tower halfway down the steps. Actually, it would probably be the perfect time to watch it. And super last challenge is check your body language. So stand up, move around a little bit, get away from the computer screen or the tablet or the phone or the whatever, and walk around with some positive body language and see how you feel. Walk around for like 5-10 minutes and see how you feel. Even if you look at the photo of me and my new friend, you can notice that he's standing with his feet wide apart because he's feeling a little bit strong, like he's accomplished something. Thank you for absolutely everybody that's been watching my videos. I genuinely appreciate you, like 100%. I have fun making these videos and interacting with you, and the amount of love and support that I've been getting, man, I really appreciate it. Thank you to all the parents out there, to the teachers out there, to the school kids out there, to the human beings out there, to the aliens that might be watching. Thank you. Absolute legends. Like, If you did enjoy this video, please do hit that like button. It really helps me out getting those algorithms in YouTube working and more people get to see my content. Hit a comment down below as well, works out with those algorithms as well. And do hit that subscribe. I love hearing from you human beings. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shall we end it with a dance? Always end it with a dance. Boogie, boogie, boogie. Pwah!